Sometimes you have an exciting news story, such as the Trump assassination attempt on Saturday evening, and you wonder, why is the news media trying to make this story as boring as possible, right? And so I recognize you want to get the facts right, but as the hours go by after the assassination, I just kept wondering, why are they trying to underplay it and make it as boring as possible? And it's still going on today. Right, so I'm reacting to a column in Mediite, and it's not the facts in and of themselves that particularly interest me. It's this overall philosophical pattern whereby when you get stories that go against the favored narrative of the mainstream media, which is 90% on the left, right? David Samuels wrote in Tablet magazine today that the news media operates as the propaganda arm for the Democratic Party. That's one of its functions. It's not the only function, right? The news media has given Joe Biden a tough time over the past 3 weeks. But fair observation from a centrist, esteemed journalist, David Samuels, that the news media acts as the propaganda arm of the Democratic Party. So we have a column here in defense of a cautious media. So first, the sound of muffled bangs ran out. Pop, pop, pop. Donald Trump, speaking to a crowd of supporters, grabbed his right ear and ducked. The crowd behind him froze. Right, soon after, the news would report that those sounds were gunshots. Right, one bullet pierced Trump's ear, leaving Trump bloodied on stage. Well, that's just one interesting aspect. Why was the news media so invested in pushing a narrative that it wasn't a bullet that hit Donald Trump, it was a piece of glass? Right, that was a fixation with so many journalists and liberal commentators. They really needed to underplay this as much as possible. Right? The drought of information present in early coverage of the shooting has sparked widespread condemnation of the press, much of the whining. So if you criticize the press, it's whining, fixated on a lack of causal language in the first pass reporting. Right? So the Washington Post said, loud noises, Trump falls, popping noises. Right? I say to you that somebody who knows something about rifles could have told you within 5 seconds, right? Within 5 seconds of the first audible shot at Donald Trump at that rally, if you were listening and watching, just listening, within 5 seconds, hearing the sound quality of those pops, and you know something about rifles, you could have made, with a great deal, 99% plus accuracy, that this was an assassination attempt. Right? So anyone who knows anything about rifles, hear the pops, and within 5 seconds, you know that this is an assassination attempt, likely from someone up high from a distance away. Right? It takes 5 seconds if you know something about rifles. 5 seconds to know this is an assassination attempt. Right? When I looked at the New York Times 6 hours after the assassination attempt, it didn't talk about the assassination attempt. It came with the most lame headline. It just said Trump heard, but he's fine.